Hey, citizens, welcome back to the Shit Show. I am your host, Tiff. We have our host, Dan, and today we have another citizen guest of honor, Jeri Red Shepherd. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I'm coming to you from my actual bathroom. So
On theme, and we appreciate it. It immerses you really into the palace, you know?
I'm feeling really shitty.
Yeah. So with like the echoiness, that's just authenticity. That's all that's happening right here.
It is straight up.
All you listeners should soak it in and enjoy it because now you too are immersed with this echo. It's fantastic.
You are in a bathroom and it'll sound like it and feel like it. And hopefully it won't smell like it.
Bringing realism to your bathroom too.
Yeah, we should just have like air fresheners that smell like public restrooms and that as like part of our merch.
No, that's
No,
really people can have those in their cars when they're listening. It's great. Fantastic.
I'm not making those. I don't want to house those. First of all, you can have like a giant box of stink in your apartment if you want.
Can you imagine opening that tub the first time?
No, and I don't want to.
The concentrated scent that would have.
I mean, have you ever like lost something in a porta potty and you're like looking and you're like, oh,
you're like, it's gone forever.
It is gone forever. Thank God it's never been like a phone or anything.
I don't let anything I have touch the surface of anything inside of a porta potty.
I have like my phone in my mouth and I'm like holding things and I'm like, and while I'm doing the balance, the woman's balance, you know,
you squat.
You do not squat in. I mean, we look very feral when we use public bathrooms.
It's because, well, porta potties in particular are disgusting, and you will attract something by touching that seat in any way. So,
no, I think the worst porta potty I've ever been in was in Arizona. I was visiting a couple of my friends. This is midsummer, and there was a porta potty at like the bottom of the hill, and I couldn't not. Like, it was right outside Sedona, and I'm just like, there's nowhere to go right now. There's just mountains all around us. So I got to enjoy that public one.
Where are the heat baking on you?
About 120 degrees outside.
Yes. When my oldest daughter was really young, she just couldn't when we went out in public. So we brought like, they have like these little toilet seat like bag built in things that you can put in porta potties. We used to have those because she just
That's so smart.
She was not about it, and that girl, she could make her body stubborn. She would just be like, "Yep, I'm just not gonna go for like the next, whole day."
So. I've done that 100% during camping. If like there wasn't a nice bathroom, I would just hold it. It didn't matter if I was there for the weekend.
If you're camping, you have to know there's not going to be a nice bathroom.
I would not. No, there are some.
Some of them definitely, yeah.
Yeah, not all.
I feel like that's not real camping.
The camping bathrooms that have all the bugs. It's like you're sitting there and you're like swatting while you're trying to do things that you shouldn't have to be swatting while you're doing.
They're attracted to it, and you're like, oh God. You're like, I'm scared. Like, it's an irrational fear that they're going to try to enter my body as I'm excreting something.
Nah, they're happy enough with what's being excreted. They're just like, yay, I want to be around this more. And then you flush it. I hope,
because it's like a stupid fear I have. And I'm like, I know, I have to calm myself down. I'd be like, Tiffany, it's fine.
You're like, the hole is exposed. It's going to come in.
That's why I'm so scared of that.
I've had that thought, like, if I see like a bug in my room and I'm like going to sleep, I have to have like my ears covered up before I go to bed. Like, I just like, no, like just in case. Nope.
Earwigs, they're coming for you. Well, let us introduce our citizen of honor, Jeri Red Shepherd, author extraordinaire, game developer, game writer, publisher, editor, coach. She does it all, folks. She does it all. Anything in the gaming or writing hemisphere, she has her name on it. She's an all-star. But She is the other half. If you remember from ever ago, I am one half of Red Rose Works. She's that other half. She's the red and I'm the rose. And together we make a bunch of cool stuff, whether that's through our books, through our games, Dungeon Race RPG or One Page Dice Dungeons. She's all part of that, and we do it together, and we love each other through everything. And you have to when you're on the road for 7 weeks straight.
You will either love each other or kill each other. There is no in between, you know.
Yeah. So Jeri, we're so happy to have you on here, and we know you have a bunch of exciting stuff that's happening this month, and we're very excited for you to let all of our listeners know. But the real pressing question, because you're the one who brought this up just before, just before we started recording, was the clumps of hair that were in your shower that's sitting behind you.
I have cleared them. Cleared them. So
we need to know this story.
Actual shower behind us, which by the way, I've also noticed. I was like, you're gonna look, and I counted them. I think I have 6 razors in there. Apparently, I need a different razor for every part of my body.
That's smart. Don't cross contaminate.
But no, it's my biggest like Hollywood pet peeve is the whole like the tragic hair clump loss moment that they have when somebody is going through like radiation treatments. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I have friends who have gone through it and it is really sad, but I could record that tragic scene every single time I take a shower. I'm just like, wash, handful of hair.
Yeah, the hamster
and
now.
It's every single time. Oh, I should just like record. I can just send stock footage to Hollywood. Here, woman losing hair. But I think every curly girl has the same thing. So it's definitely one of my Hollywood pet peeves, the whole tragic hair loss thing. I don't know how I have any left on my head anymore.
Yeah, I had that happen when I had the longer hair. Like that was constantly happening with me. Like I would be in the shower and like going through like it can't be good that this much is coming out, but it does. You don't notice it most of the time. It's gonna come out whether you're healthy or not. It just comes out, and you know why it's coming out. Otherwise, I guess if you're sick, but
yeah, for me, I used to bleach my hair all the time, and every time you bleach your hair, you're like brushing it out, and you're like, half my head just disappeared. You're like, it's gone. The consequences of having platinum hair. My hair was a lot thinner though, so it meant less upkeep and less tangles.
Yay!
Yeah, hear that? If you put chemicals in there, and it'll help you deal with it.
Yeah. Hack 101 right there. Gotcha. Jeri.
Yes.
As you know,
I'm scared already. Just the way you said my name, I'm scared.
I know. As you know, we are gong farmers here with Dan and I. And
a couple weeks ago, we welcomed in a poop pauper as well.
Yes. So we need to know, as a citizen of the Porcelain Palace, what is your role in our lovely, lovely kingdom?
My role in the Gong Palace, or the Gong Farm on the Gong.
We're Gong farmers.
Palace. We're Gong farmers, which,
Gong
if you didn't know, are latrine cleaners.
Okay. So do I get to like choose between different jobs, or do I get to just like come up with my own?
Really, any of it. If you want us to give you some options, we can. If you just want to come up with something, go for it.
I will be the poopery and courtesy flush enforcer. And really, this is, especially when you're at like these public events and you're using the bathroom, like take that little spray, man, spray that water. So then when it goes in, it's like under that little scenty spray, and then just reach back and do the little flushy flush, little courtesy flush. So I will be the enforcer of the poopery and courtesy flush.
I imagine you in like full uniform.
I'm wearing the uniform. I
think
it's a romper is the perfect uniform.
It really is. And you're just like, every time someone exits a stall, you're like, did you flush twice? Did you spray?
Well, it's not only that; it's people mid poop also. Just like they're the ones thinking it up. Like, hey, like I know you're not done yet, but flush that down.
Fair warning.
Now those ones that are like the buttons behind you now that are like in the middle, that's a little bit hard, to
Yeah,
get
That's
those
true.
ones. You
you can't
kind
do the
of
classic
have to
reach around.
support.
Yeah.
And especially as we discussed, like half the time we're doing a squat already anyway as women. So, we're just gonna be full on doing twister in the porcelain palace now.
Well, I think
Full
part
on
of your
twister.
job should be managing the button should be moved to a spot that's much easier to press.
Absolutely, absolutely. Or maybe, we'll just like have a little bell and being the enforcer, when it's time for that courtesy flush, I'm just going to have to come in, I guess.
I hope we
Ding,
invest
ding,
in
ding.
remote control toilets at that point. So you don't have to enter the stall mid.
Yeah, you hit like the button for number
mid-poop.
3 and it just goes.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh no, it smells like Tiffany's air fresheners in here.
It smells like Tiffany's air fresheners.
What are they shaped like, by the way? Your air fresheners.
A toilet, of course.
Oh,
Okay,
it's
I
not
mean-
like the little poop tower. Which, by the
Yeah,
way,
that's.
It could be. It could be. I figured,
I don't like
but
the
our
poop
logo's a
emoji.
toilet, so I figured
You don't like the
stay
poop
on
emoji?
brand.
I don't like the poop emoji. It looks too much like a Hershey's Kiss. It's like too cute and sweet. And it's poop.
That's what makes it the best. Smiling poop. I was just thinking about, how we have automatic toilet like flushers, right?
Yeah.
Where like you stand and then it's supposed to flush, but sometimes it just flushes on you as
A
you're
lot.
like mid using it,
Mhm.
and it scares the shit out of you. Imagine someone being the cause of that scare, though.
We both had the same reaction to that. Like, well, you are taking a shit, so
It's
get
scaring the
scared
shit
out of
out
it.
of
Scare
It's
the
not too
shit
bad.
out of
Hey,
you. Fantastic.
Maybe it's purposeful.
Yeah. But you're just like going, and the enforcer's outside the stall, and all of a sudden, whoosh, and you're like, oh my god.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
She's gonna come in.
It's like an
Those are
airplane
the
bathroom.
worst
It's just the
toilets.
suction.
Yeah.
Right? Those are the worst. Sometimes they don't go at all. And then you're sitting there waving in front of it at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
You're looking for the weird little
Button.
tiny side button. And other times it's like you sit down, it goes. You lean forward to get the toilet paper, it goes. You lean back, it goes again. I'm like, how many?
Yeah.
I'm like, and then of course, as soon as you stand up, it doesn't go. And you're like,
Yeah. And not to mention it splashes you every time it goes. So you get nasty toilet water on your ass
yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
It's like a mini bidet.
Ooh.
It's the opposite, I think. A bidet's supposed to clean. That just makes it dirtier.
Just not very effective, I guess.
No.
So, listeners, you may not be able to see it, but
Especially if you're just listening.
yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe people are like, what are they, clairvoyant? They can see even though they can't see.
Sure.
Mind's
What's your
eye
point?
versus
We'll pretend
physical
that's what
eyes.
clairvoyant means. Sure.
I don't know.
we
I
can do
can't
that.
remember what it's called. The one that can see, where they close their eyes and they can see a room they've never been in. That one. Whatever that is called.
Okay, what's your point you're making?
Jeri is wearing the romper that I was telling you all about forever ago when I was at EggCon. These were as Dan put it, the desperation rompers.
Indeed.
That
honestly, they're
we
cute.
normally hate to wear, but we
Yeah.
didn't have much choice because the other
No.
option was a dress that showed either my cooch or her tits. So,
Which we've really decided, like when we greet people, we should really greet them like this, so that they get the best of both worlds.
yeah, her
at all
boobs and my
times.
butt. Yeah.
We got the boobie and the booty, as we say. So, but yes, I'm wearing the romper, and I forgot how flipping long this thing is. So not only would I have to like strip down to my nether regions if I was like having to use the actual bathroom, which is over here right now, but like I have to like carry it like I'm an old Victorian woman with like this skirt. It's like 8 inches longer than me. Now I'm not very tall, but that's still a lot of inches. So.
That's true. I mean, I was wearing it the other day, like, because laundry hadn't been done. I was like, when desperate times, here it comes again. I need to wear this romper. I was wearing it with heels, and it was still too long for me. I kept stepping on it when we were at Phoenix Con.
And you're so much taller than me.
Yeah.
We always laugh because sometimes Tiffany will be wearing like a heel at a show, like even if it's like a boot or something. And if there's a day that I'm wearing a flat and she's wearing a heel, I'm like, hey, big sister. It's just like crazy.
Yeah, she like comes to my chest.
Yep, pretty much.
It's a dramatic difference. Oh, man.
Still like 100 degrees in your bathroom?
It's 1,000 degrees in the bathroom.
I have my fan. We keep our fans at our booths at conventions too, and it's I get sad when I forget them.
Why can't they figure out how to not make it either freezing or 1,000,000,000 degrees? Why is that so hard?
Or both. We definitely have some conventions, and I don't want to call them out because we still might love them, but there is a particular convention, and I know Tiffany knows the one I mean.
Yes, I do.
Where there is some rooms you are literally dying. You're like, I smell like Tiffany's air fresheners. And then there are other rooms that you walk in and you're like now covered in sweat and freezing your tuchus off. And it's just like, they're the worst.
Yeah. And it's literally separated by a door. Like you walk out this door and it goes from like you're in the freezer to I'm in a sauna, and you're like, how are these two things possible?
Is the cold room at least like less filled? Like, is it just like no people in it? Is that why? Or
no,
is
it's like
it's the same, just colder for no reason?
It's just their settings. I don't even
That's
get
so
it.
stupid.
And we actually we tend to get sick after that con, you know, as a result.
I could see it. Yeah, I mean, you got plenty of people walking around, and then all of a sudden you're like making yourself all wet and then freezing yourself till you're dry.
We love
it's not the best
making
system.
Ourselves wet. Someone's got to do the job, you know? I made myself laugh.
I'm just thinking of people at the conventions now are going to hear this, and now you'll have to deal with the repercussions.
I added fuel to the fire.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that if the people who run this particular con heard it, it's not something that they don't already know. So, yeah.
Know or like think. Yeah. Yeah. So recently, at a convention, you know, we know that a lot of people assume that Jeri and I are lovers.
Oh,
because we're very close to each other.
This is
and
the
we're
worst.
Always together. We're always together, and so people just assume, right?
And we're huggy. We're like, and we're in the same hotel room on the road, and it's like, you know, they're just there's an assumption there, and I am not hip with all of the Gen whatever language, so which I know was surprising to you since I used the word hip. So when I will often refer to Tiffany as my partner, because in my generation, that meant somebody that you work with.
Yeah.
But I've gotten better.
You have.
It's now you're my business partner.
Yes.
There you go. You just need the one word. Just the one word to clarify.
Yeah. I remember telling you that. I was like, Jeri, I think when you say partner, people assume that we're lovers. And you were like, what? No. And then people started making the comment, and I was like, I told you. People assume we're together. But so
this is the worst. I hate this. But
at this convention where we're both like freezing to death and sweating, drowning in our own sweat, a comment was made of, so everyone's been wondering, are you guys like mother and daughter or lesbian lovers? Because those are the only two options.
There's no other options.
mother-daughter, which we look nothing alike. Right?
But people do start to look alike the more they hang out because they emote similarly or have similar body language.
That's same song on repeat all the time.
Fair.
You can be adopted.
But yeah,
too.
those were the options: mother, daughter, or lovers. And I was like, I feel like I should be offended by both of those, and neither of those at the same time.
We're sisters.
Yes.
That's what everyone, like, you never assume someone's age, right? First off, Jeri looks freaking incredible. Like, the fact that you're turning 50 is crazy. And which is fun because all of our peeps in like the gaming world are turning 50 this year. So
yeah,
it's
we're doing a big like Gary Con
exactly at the same time.
50 party.
Everyone has the same birthday.
It's a requirement.
Yeah. But you don't assume someone's age, first of all. Second, why give those two options? Just ask, what are you to each other? Why?
That's a weird one too, though. That's a weird question to ask either way. Like it really is.
That. Like, what are
I
you
think
together?
I'd probably
like
I'd like ask around the area to try to get more information and then like clue myself into an assumption.
I feel like I want to role play this.
Yeah, like I feel like it's just as rude to be like, what's the deal with you two?
Not like that. That's not how I said that. I said, what are you to each other? Like
yeah.
I said it much nicer than like, what are
Same
you?
question.
It wasn't like glaring and pointed.
Yeah. Like, oh, how did you guys meet? Like that's a starter question, and then it would lead you into the correct realm of the answer.
Yeah. It's true. That's kind of true. Yeah. Now I'm trying to think of if someone asked me that, what's a really elusive way of saying the truth?
Why?
But
so you want to confuse
not
them,
allowing them to get the answer. I don't know. Now I'm gonna make a game of it. Just keep people guessing for the rest of their lives. Yeah. I've had family friends ask if Jeri and I were together just based off of social media posts. And I'm like, I don't think there's only one video in existence that could allude to maybe Jeri and I being something more.
Well, now you have to send me the video so I can include it in this so we can see so we can judge for ourselves.
It is never being shown anywhere. I kept it private.
It very much it was a tiny little one-time video, and there was there was nothing inappropriate.
No.
There were just we were both dressed like in a certain way, and it just like created certain tones in people's minds. And we actually had a show where we provided, because we often guest at shows together, so we actually provided a picture of like, hey, here's our little shot of the two of us together, and we're like super sweet and we're really cute. And that person found and took the still of the video from the one where somebody could actually think that it was like a coupling. And I was like, oh, that is, I had to tell Tiffany, I was like, I promise that is not the picture I sent.
I know, because I was in the same chat, and it was like literally 2 messages up was like, use this photo, please. And then he made the sign, and we were like, he went out of his way to find this photo. This is not a readily available photo of us. And the video, so that is like the second take of the video that I am thinking of. Because that we did it twice, because after we rewatched it when we were recording, we were like, hold on, this angle makes it look like something else.
It is not okay. We did not use that video.
So we had to change it so that way we could post what else we were doing, which was promoting the girl power GMs, right? So we're like sassy and sweet, sexy and spicy type thing, right? And we do this dual GM thing, and we were promoting that for this convention. And so we made a sassy and sexy type video. And we never did it again.
No. It was weird. It was really weird because we love each other, but we don't love each other like that. And so it's
lesson learned.
we were both kind of like, we'd watch the video and we're like, oh, no.
Like, that's not it. It's like the image, but it wasn't quite right. Like it was too much. We needed to find. I think we found it now, where we have the leather pieces and stuff like that, but it's less like towards each other. I mean,
well, our jam style is so different too. Yeah. Like you're like the chaotic, like fun and big story, and then I'm like, my glasses come on, and I am like, I'm a little bit of the, we're gonna get things in line now. So
the enforcer.
Yeah.
I love the way I always tell her, like, so in Dungeon Race RPG, there's two main roles when you're running a table, and that's the captain, who's essentially like the GM, right? And then there's the director, and the director is the person that enforces strict rules, will throw obstacles in the way of the table if they're moving too quick, will punish the table if they're moving too slow. And we switch roles all the time. Jeri is by far way better at directing than I am. And
you've got like the GM thing, and like, I pull out the very strict mother, like, and maybe after when you have your kids one day, then you'll maybe be like, oh, I do this director thing now. I know how to do this.
I can't. You're just so good. Like with the time aspect of our game. We call out occasionally, like, you have 10 power cycles left or sun shifts or whatever it is, and it's like this meant to create this tension and like, oh crap, like we're fucked. You just nail it. You make everyone shit their pants at the table.
How appropriate for our setting today. Right.
I think this podcast has like ruined your brain a little bit though, where everything is just shit your pants or shit this and shit that.
I talk about shit so often in my life now. It's insane. I didn't think I did before because bodily fluids are just bodily fluids. Like they're mostly private. And I have to say mostly there's certain bodily fluids that get shared on an occasion. But now I feel like all I do is talk about shit on a very regular basis because I am thinking of puns and innuendos and all that shit for this thing. It has made me a shit show.
I will say, like, we were trying to come up, like, we're playing the game later, and I was like, we don't have to do another shit pun. Like, we don't have to force a shit pun in there. We have so many shit puns already on the show that, like, let's just not, because we were trying to come up with something that was just stupid.
Yeah, no, it was bad. So sadly, we did not come up with something witty for our
shitty.
game of the of the evening. But I feel like I added enough bathroom related ones that it's acceptable.
That's scaring me now, but okay.
I don't think I was trying to come up with them, and like my brain went back to when I was in middle school, which was I think the last time I played this game. So
now I'm getting scared too.
Middle school, really?
I don't think I played it. I played it in high school.
I mean, like, as an official game, no, but like I've had conversations. Like, we're gonna do like would you rather questions later, but like I guess they come up in conversation. They like I wouldn't say like I'd make a game of it, but they've come up in my life. Like people would you rather this or that? Like
But I mean, like that's a natural ongoing conversation, right? Like it's in context. But when you're sitting down, you're like, let me think of like 20 questions. Then suddenly you're like, where do I go with this? And my mind went to like high school, middle school, like appropriate age of like inappropriate, stupid questions.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes that middle school humor, I think we need a little bit more of the middle school humor in our world today.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
and don't ask me because I'm a serious writer. I'm not very good at the humor all the time, but I just think our world could use a lot more like laughing at like stupid stuff.
Hence the shit show. That's why we exist. We just want to have a good time.
Hmm.
If
Yeah, I was trying to
anyone
think like
takes
what
our
it
what?
was. I was trying to think
Yeah.
of like what middle school humor even was for me, and like I can't remember it at all.
Yeah.
It was probably just yeah, again like stupid shit, whatever was like on TV or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, if anyone takes us serious, I think you need to get your humor bone checked. Funny bone.
If you
You're
made it
humorous.
Yes.
if you made it this far into this episode and you think it's 100% a serious show, then I don't know what you've been listening to. We had like a 10-minute rip on bathroom like pooping and stuff. Like I don't think anyone's like I think this is just serious conversation they're having.
Yeah. This is what they're into, you know? It's on their
Finally,
mind
someone's talking about the
24/7.
real
I
issues.
don't know about
Shitting in
into. I feel
bathrooms.
like that feels like a push too far.
I don't know. We were talking about not too long ago, a few episodes where, there's likely people out there who are into literally shooting shit. So, you know,
Mm.
and
There's
being
someone
on the
into everything,
receiving
I
I'm
assume.
and giving
sure
it.
there is. I'm
Yeah.
sure there is.
So, someone out there will take that serious. And I wish them all the luck with that, dysentery.
I well, yeah, I wish them health, because they're gonna need help with that.
I was just watching Parks and Rec recently, like over again. And there's this one episode where Leslie goes out to stop these, or like, because there's rumors about these teenagers slinging dog shit at each other that they're getting from the trash can. Because it's like a dog walk
Dog
area.
park.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so she's like, who would do that? It's like so stupid. It's not like that seems like so unfun and smelly. And then she gets there and there's teenagers slinging dog shit at each other. And so she's like trying to tell them to stop. She's like, "What are you doing? Like this is like, government property or whatever." And then they start throwing it at her, so she grabs the lid of the trash can and starts slinging it back at them. She's like defending herself.
oh.
And then she goes, "Wow, this is kind of fun." And then proceeds to get more into it.
Oh my gosh. I liked Parks and Rec. I didn't watch it religiously. So like I could hop in and like watch an episode and I
Yeah.
appreciate the characters. So
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
love the new Aubrey Plaza tequila or margarita commercial. It's actually a Cointreau
What?
commercial. Have you seen this?
No.
Oh my gosh, it is so
I
flipping
don't think
cute.
I've
You
seen it.
have to look it up. So she's like, she comes out and she's just herself. She's just Aubrey Plaza, just looking
Yeah.
like Aubrey Plaza looks.
Yeah.
And she's like, is it another celebrity telling you how to make the best margarita? It is. And she's like, but how do you make a great margarita? And she's like, well, you start with Cointreau. And she says, and then you add, I bet you're just going to think any tequila, right? I am going to say that. And she grabs like from a bush this bottle that says any tequila. And then she's like, a celebrity endorsed any tequila. And then she's like, why? Because it doesn't matter. It's really about the Cointreau. But she's just like, it's so her, like nobody can deliver it like her. Like
Yeah,
she's just
yeah.
like so like perfectly dry humor and
Mhm.
satirical and funny and awesome. I love her.
Yeah.
Very good.
There is definitely no one like her, you know.
Yeah.
I enjoy her humor a lot and everything that she's in. I've
Mhm.
enjoyed. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
she has like this weirdness to her, but it's like a
Yes.
fun weirdness,
Yeah,
not
it's
like
charming.
yeah. I feel like was it Jenna Ortega like tries to be like her a little bit, but it comes off as just more weird than fun.
She's more like the creepy.
It's
She
like
definitely
darker.
is Wednesday Adams. That
Yeah.
is for
Yeah.
sure. Like she keeps a straight face and like does that whole thing. Like she embodies that character, I feel. There's
Oh,
no
sure.
one
They
else
were
that could have
awesome as
played
like
her in our generation.
when they had him as like co-presenters at
Mm,
I don't remember if it was the Grammys or the Oscars or
Oscars,
they
yeah.
all blend together for me, but But yeah, they work well together. I see
Yeah.
the similarity.
They definitely can deliver a really weird line with a
Yes,
straight face.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah. I've never been able to do that. I've always been like, I can deliver the line, and then I'm just like trying not to laugh myself, like right after. Like no matter
I
what it
can't
is,
even.
like I'll say it, and then I'll be like, like I just can't. I can't hold it in. They're just like deadpan, like just staring at you,
It's a talent. That is
waiting.
a straight up skill or talent because I can't even get through a line before I'm smiling or
I
laughing.
think humor is, I mean, all of the big Oscar worthy performances are these great dramatic people losing their crap on camera moments. But that's just so it's melodrama. It's actually, I think, a lot easier than
Hmm.
people who have to like bring humor. And I feel the
Oh,
same
yeah.
way about like, people who can write hilariously. I'm like,
Hmm.
man, I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
Like I don't have that.
Yeah.
So I can do some humor. I mean, I can throw in lines or have moments, but humor it's a special skill.
I definitely laughed in At Fault when she starts talking to the chicken. And I know that's probably not the intended.
No, that's okay. That's okay. It makes
So At Fault is the first of the Broken Fault Line series by Jeri. And there's, spoiler, there's a point where the main character, one of them anyway, is talking to a chicken. And as like civilization is leaving her, she's remaining. She starts talking to this chicken. And I for one thought that was hilarious because I would be like, me too.
I, you
I
know,
too would talk to a chicken if I was alone.
it was interesting though. I'm writing this whole thing and I didn't plan to have chicken speaking in my, her speaking to a chicken in there. I really didn't plan it. And it just kind of naturally happened when people like humans are made to communicate with one another. We have to communicate. We have to have that contact. I mean, it's like kind of back to the classic Castaway Wilson
Mm-hmm.
moments and stuff. And she's got this chicken with her, and it makes sense that I talk to all of my dogs. I have like three dogs who
Right.
are amazingly being quiet right now, by the way. um but it's like we talk to animals, and so and we I don't know, maybe I'm gonna just sound really crazy here, but we also talk like we say their words back to ourselves
Yes.
as though
Yep.
we know that that's what they're saying back to us, and they're not saying anything back to us. They're probably just like, you're speaking in a nice tone and you love me, and that's all that I know. But yeah, I think we need to talk to animals, and it's just something that naturally happened when I was creating that scene, and I'm super excited to hear um, how that comes out in the audiobook. It's crazy. So like the audiobook is out like this week.
Woo!
Soundbooththeater.com. They're amazing. Same people that brought you like Dungeon Crawler Carl. And I haven't heard it. So I'm freaked out, y'all. I'm just
Like
like,
3 days
oh my
out from being released, and
I haven't heard it. And it's just, I mean, don't get me wrong, like the woman who is in charge of it, Rebecca Brokaw Sands, she's amazing. And I had a very comprehensive like character database as well as like pronunciation dialogue database, and she would ask me if there was anything. So I'm not worried about it. I know it's going to be phenomenal, but it's so weird to me to not have a clue what it sounds like right now. I'm like, it's going to be really good.
yeah,
That's crazy. I would have thought for sure that they would like send it to you to okay, like just like so you know what it's gonna be before it's out there, but I guess not.
Well, and
difference of
it's
publishers, you
interesting.
know.
Yeah, I mean, but
Hmm.
I feel like, and Tiffany and I've talked about this, like when it comes to like games, for instance, when I write games, I can game master. It's great, and when I'm doing it, I'm enjoying it. But I would actually rather write the game and hand it off and see what a game master is going to do with it. I actually started as a writer in playwriting, and so it makes kind of sense that that's where I came from. Like I'd write a play, give it to a director, and let them do what they
Hmm.
will with it. Kids books, like how many times I've worked with like illustrators that I'm like, I don't know what you're going to bring back to me, and they bring back something different. So I actually am okay with it being like an adaptation or something that's going to be a little bit different than maybe what I would have come up with. Because I think anytime that you're going to combine artists together, you're going to you're going to raise the bar a little bit. You're going to be able to 10x it. And so if I were sitting there in the back pocket of Rebecca the whole time during this production process, it probably wouldn't be whatever it's going to be, because she's a professional audio narrator and she knows how it's supposed to sound. So as much as it's scary, it's also I 100% trust the process.
Yeah, you got to give the babies away to be raised by the village, you know. Sometimes the creative process is you got to let go at some point.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Would you rather? Okay. So, obviously we have to start this because if you didn't know, there is a little bit of a conflict going on here at the Porcelain Palace between bidet users and toilet paper users. So this is on theme to, you know, live around that conflict. Would you rather have a bidet that shoots fire hose type of pressure or toilet paper made of sandpaper?
Oh. Yeah, so 2 terrible options. Got it.
Okay. The toilet paper made of sandpaper, I could at least just dab. The fire hose is going to literally break my body in half.
That's true.
It's going to be like that scene from Seven. You know which sin I'm talking about. Yeah, no. So I'm gonna have to go with the sandpaper.
Here's the thing with sandpaper that I don't think you took into account is one side is always rough, the other side is pretty smooth. So like
Yeah.
you use the right
Paper
side,
tacky.
you're just like your hand's getting a little rough, but at least you can kind of manage. Yeah, it's certain death versus a little uncomfortable. I'm going a little uncomfortable.
Certain death.
Yeah,
I
literally.
don't think you realize what fire hose is pretty.
Oh, I did.
Strong.
I do know. I definitely do know.
Like
it's why if you're thirsty, you don't take a sip
clenched
from one.
when you said that word. I'm just saying.
Boosh, you know, just right up.
That would be a really ugly death.
Yeah, I was inspired by this question for all of you to know for no other reason than I want to tell it. Was I was watching Below Deck. It's my new obsession right now. Is watching these people yacht and work on a super yacht. And there's this one episode where Fraser was cleaning the bidet and he shot himself in the face with the water, and it looked like a projectile. It was like a hefty amount, and it went all the way up to the ceiling. And so that made me think about that.
Just so you know, I looked this up. This is the quick answer I got. I don't know how accurate it is, but it's probably close enough. A normal bidet is between like 40 to 60 psi, while a fire hose is usually 300 to 400, if not more.
Certain death. Again, certain death.
Splitting that booty hole. That is for sure.
And body. Like
it's like a type of torture.
It's a pretty
device.
horrible horror movie moment here that I'm experiencing. Just I want the vision. I want it gone.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
All right. Would you rather get locked in a porta potty during a heat wave or be a medieval gong farmer for a day?
How long are you locked in there?
Gong farmer, because I'm just curious what that would feel like to live in the medieval times for a day.
It'd probably be smelly. I assume it's
a like, miserable day.
Well, here's the thing: if you get like, people probably didn't notice the smell after a while back then, right? Like it was just the smell of everything.
Yeah, the whole city smelled like it.
If you're living as a gong farmer for a day, are you then acquiring that same sense of like I'm not noticing it, or is it like a time machine? I'm going back, and all of a sudden, like it's a burst of it.
You're going back in it, like it's you're who you are now.
I'm me. Okay. Yes. So
but
yeah,
you're experiencing it.
And how long am I locked in the porta potty?
A heat wave, so I don't know. Let's just say a few hours.
The entirety of a heat wave.
Yeah, if it's a week, it's
this
a week.
This is days, weeks.
We'll say a few hours in a porta potty.
Okay.
So you could die. So,
I'm
like in a locked car.
Yeah, neither are great. I'd probably go porta potty just because I've dealt with that before and I know I could survive it.
Oof.
He's built an endurance.
See, now I felt like that was another certain death moment.
I feel like
Well,
both are. There's just so
porta
many
potties
like
do have ventilation, so
if you're going
it's
back
not.
to medieval times to clean shit, you're getting sick.
Yeah.
Yes, but then I only have to do it for a day, and I can come back to modern times and take some penicillin.
Okay, that's fair.
Now, if you were saying for longer, that would change the answer, but you know.
Alrighty. Would you rather always have to pee a little when you laugh, or fart every time you sneeze?
Okay, you know that I've had 3 kids and I'm a grandmother, so I always have to pee a little when I laugh most of the time anyway. So would I just rather be myself or fart all the time? I'll just be myself. For all you know, I have peed a little during this conversation.
Well, you're in the
Well,
bathroom, so at least you're in the right spot.
yeah. Just tripped over to the toilet. But wait,
Yeah,
you're in a
excuse me if
romper.
I go out of frame down here.
Well,
You're in a
for all we
romper.
know,
You gotta go
Tiffany
full.
often does because she's on her toilet
I
while
am
she's
on my
doing this.
toilet. Yeah. Little did all you know, this mic is so good that you don't pick up the trickle
Oh
sound.
no.
I would say both of these are absolutely terrible for me because I laugh a lot and I also sneeze a lot because I am allergic to all dander. So
Okay, but on your end, like you're most of the time, if you're just like at home writing, who cares if you're farting?
yeah, but okay, what happens when I'm at like a convention or around
Well, there won't be as
people?
much dander. There won't be as much dander at the convention.
There, Jeri knows I sneeze plenty at these events.
Definitely, there is sneezing to be had at the conventions, and we have different sneezes. Like I have the little teensy mouse sneeze,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, "Oh, you're so cute when you sneeze." And if that was accompanied by a fart every time,
It could be a silent fart. It's not specified. It could be. It could be just a silent one, or like it can be hidden under the noise of the sneeze. You wouldn't notice it.
Yeah, just
You'd notice
sneeze
the smell.
really loud on purpose. Go,
Ah,
achoo!
true. And it's just, at the same
oh, the
time.
shouting sneezes drive me bonkers. I hate the shouting sneezes. Ugh.
Well, if you're trying to hide the sound of a
Yeah,
fart, it works.
now we know why they sneeze that loud. They're hiding their farts. I guess I'd go pee because I could wear a diaper or something and conceal that at least. But I laugh so often, it would be I'd eventually just empty my
You
bladder
should just get a
within
catheter
an
at that
hour.
point.
She's
Yeah,
gonna be wearing like those period panties all the time.
I have to. I laugh way too often. Would not be good. I live on my toilet. Every time I watch a comedy. Just
I
in my
guess you
bathroom.
could plan ahead a little better. Yeah, like okay, like I want to watch this really funny movie. I better get in the bathroom.
Oh God. All right. Would you rather read your last 10 Google searches or read out loud your last 10 messages?
Is this something I have to do right now?
No.
That's what I'm thinking too.
We're
Like
gonna air it
so
out.
my
as you
Google
know,
searches would be
most
whatever.
writers, you look up our if we look at God help us if we're ever like suspects in
Yeah.
something terrible in the world, because you look at a writer's Google searches and it's got some vile stuff in there. But honestly, my last 10 Google searches would be fine because I'm a sci-fi writer, so I'm mostly looking up environmental stuff and stuff like that. And I would say the last 10 messages, the hard thing about that is because I don't know who's going to necessarily message me. And so then I'm airing like their stuff, and I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I feel like for me, it's definitely Google searches. Like they're not that bad. They're mostly like sports or something. Because like for work related stuff that I'm searching. Like I just looked at them because I was curious what they were, and it was like 7 sports things in a row. Who cares?
Who cares? Yeah. I would also go Google searches, but that's also because I would like to talk about the really weird shit I looked up.
Okay,
Google.
first 3 go. What's your first 3 right now?
My first 3, let's look.
Yeah, I know your computer.
I
can't
know
handle
one
it, so
is
it's
going
gotta
to
be
be
on the phone.
Canva.
Okay.
One of them's going to be Canva, 100%.
Why? Why is it Canva? Why aren't you just going to the website?
Because I don't know, because Google Chrome pops up, and then I just type in Canva, and then it
Okay, I don't
counts
know
as
if
a
that counts as
search.
search unless you're like hitting
It
enter
does
if you're
because I see
typing it.
it. It says Canva.
Well, I guess it is.
And then Star Wars games, and because I was trying to remember the Force. Oh my God, I'm not remembering it. It was the Wii game, uh, Force
I'm not
Unleashed.
gonna know.
Force
Okay.
Unleashed. So I was trying to remember that game, and so I looked up Star Wars games to figure that out. And then, do you get a temporary passport when you renew? There you go. Because I was like,
Oh,
because you
the
have to send
horrors of
it.
these entering the world.
Yeah, I was like, you have to send it back. Like, this is my first time renewing, and so I'm like, do I get like a temporary one? That's mine, and now you're taking it.
So I have Tuvalu, which is a country that's disappearing and it's going to be gone probably within my lifetime. And it's a
Crazy.
place that my husband and I would like to travel one day. So that's why that's in there. And then because, once you look up something, you end up on other things. So then I had a news article that came up and I must have clicked on it. The U.S. government warns travelers that stopping is not allowed in somewhere. I'm Armenia right now, maybe.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that was one, and then the other one is it's my own podcast. So yeah, so it was just because I was just working on that today too. So
Yeah.
those were
So these
my
aren't
last.
very embarrassing. These are all fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
mind sharing those. That's nothing. There's nothing really.
there's not. I mean, like, and usually I'll have like a string in a row. Like I had those two travel ones. I'll have if I have like an environmental article that I'm doing for research, I'll have like 10 environmental
Yeah.
articles, or you go down rabbit holes and that's just looking at my history. So yeah.
All right. Next one is book related.
Ooh.
I'm skipping down. Dan's looking
Oh,
at
you're
the list.
skipping. Okay,
He's
because
like, that
I
is
looked at this thing you sent me,
definitely
and
not.
I'm like, the next one was pickle related, and I was like, what are you eating books?
Is would you rather marry your least favorite fictional character or have to live in your least favorite book world?
I'm gonna go with live in my least favorite book world because if it's a book that I know, then I know all the nooks and crannies of that world, and I'm gonna be able to I can capitalize on that.
Now, here comes the real tea. What's your least favorite book?
Least favorite book?
Yeah, your least favorite book
That's really
world.
Oh,
hard. Dan, you
I
gotta
have
go
one.
first.
Me?
Dan's gotta go first, or you.
I have to go first. I mean, I have one. It's just a cheating answer, but the thesaurus.
Oh, I freaking love a thesaurus.
I wouldn't want to live in one. That sounds terrible.
Least
Okay.
favorite book or least favorite book world?
Book
Like,
world.
what were you?
Book world. With Dan's, when you said thesaurus, I was thinking that one PBS show with the lions in the library.
Between the
Yes,
Lions.
Between the Lions. That one. That is immediately what I imagined. I was like, I would love to live there. I loved that show growing up when I was a kid. I'd be like the lions.
Okay, so there was this children's book, and when my kids were young, I bought every single children's book, like all of them. And it was written by Madonna, and whether or not she wrote it versus had a ghostwriter, I don't know. It was bad, so I have to think that she actually wrote it. And it was called like Mr. Peabody's apples, or it was somebody's apples or feathers. I don't remember if it was apples or feathers. I don't know. But anyway, it was this whole like story of like somebody who told a secret and then it spread further and further than it was meant to. And it was all of this. It was basically like a really, really far stretch allegory for gossip.
Uh-huh.
And it was definitely one of those stories where I'm like, okay, we all know that this is Madonna writing about Madonna. And I'm not buying in. And I kind of hate you. I want to spread these stories.
Oh no.
And
So,
it felt
yeah.
it was such a push. It was so dramatic. So in that world, if that is the central character and we're all supposed to like coddle that character, I'm not here for it. So it's really hard to think of like the worst book, but that's where I'm gonna have to land with that one.
You were right on the title. It's Mr. Peabody's Apples. I just quickly
Okay.
Googled it. Yeah, and somehow it's got a 4.1 out of 5 on Goodreads.
Because it's Madonna. And so there are people who are
People's
just
like, oh, 5 stars no matter what.
Yeah. It is really bad. It's just not good. And at the time I think that I read it, I was also writing children's books and doing like the school programs at that time. So it really stuck out to me. And I think that's definitely one that did not stay on the shelf as the kids grew older.
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoy the books and I love it in writing. But a world I would not want to live in is the Hunger Games. No, thank you.
I was thinking that. That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, that seems like a terrible world to just exist in.
Yeah.
In general.
That's just it. There's so many like really horrifying worlds that you wouldn't want to exist in.
Yeah.
You know,
like dystopian stuff.
Horror or dystopia.
Yeah.
So I tried to go like somewhere different. It's like, yeah, I'd prefer not to have like utter dystopia or like what's the really terrible remake they did of the movie where the world froze over, but everybody lives on a train and it's with one of the Chris's.
Not Bullet Train. Is it? No. Fuck. I know exactly what you're talking about too, but I can't.
Yeah, everyone lives on a train and the world's frozen.
Yes.
Yeah, Chris Evans was in the movie.
Chris Evans, I knew it was one of Chris's. And it
train.
was such a terrible. And they'd made the movie.
Snowpiercer.
Yes.
Snowpiercer.
But the literal, like the entire movie is like you basically kill your way to the front of the train. It's just, It was just a giant bloodbath. It was terrible.
What? Okay.
The movie itself not bad, but it's gross. I wouldn't want to live in that world at all.
Okay.
And again, so now this is one. So if you're talking movies, I can go into even more. But like books, it was hard for books. Like it's like
I can see it being grosser in a book.
Movies.
Yeah,
I can see it being even more graphic in book form. They probably just dulled it down a little so people could watch it.
Yeah. Books can be brutal, very descriptive at times. I'll tell you that.
Definitely.
I've definitely written very descriptive gore in my own writing.
Mm-hmm.
So fun fact:
12 Days of Murder that's in the Twisted Yuletide that's coming out. Yeah, that one that's pretty gross.
Yeah, I like
in the best way because it's
dead bodies. You know, it's great. It's fantastic. All out of the name of love. Snowpiercer, fun fact, guys, came out in 2013. That means it came after Avengers. That came out in 2012. So he went from #1 blockbuster to Snowpiercer.
It was so terrible. It was very, very bad.
It has 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.1 out of 10 on
the movie,
IMDb.
Good movie, gross scenario.
Got it. Okay.
It was just, It was just like, what other cool ways can we kill people? But it wasn't.
It's like a Mad Max then, where it's just
kind of, but it wasn't meant to be a horror. It was like advertised as more of like an environmental sci-fi.
Interesting.
And so it was like a little bit of a clash with expectations versus reality.
Well,
yeah, it's like it was kind of like more like action focused than the horror focused. But like the situation, if you were to be put in that situation, it's fucking awful.
Oh god. Well, now I'm gonna have to watch it because I enjoy Chris Evans. So
you can watch that one not with me. That will not be on one of our movie get-togethers. Once was enough for me.
Okay, next one. Would you rather write dialogue forever or only ever write description?
Oh, that's so easy. Definitely description.
I'd go dialogue.
Yeah.
All day.
Forever? That's only you don't get to set anything up. You just people talking.
Yeah.
Only people talking.
Yeah,
no.
Forever.
Forever.
I mean, because I can describe dialogue, but in dialogue, that's going to sound really lame when I'm walking into like this beautiful scene and I'm like, oh, Rose, look at it. Isn't it so beautiful? Do you see the burgundy sunset? And do you like
I would love to see a book written like that. Are you joking?
You know,
That would be
just
so funny.
nothing is described except for when people say it out loud to each other.
Would that not be the most amazing book you'd ever read in your freaking life? That would be like a
No.
cult classic. That would be a cult classic without a doubt. Just nothing but dialogue.
That's terrible. Even writing plays, I still write other things because there's stage direction and stuff. So I can't. No.
But like,
that's so funny.
Your dialogue would just be like, we have to walk over there to that giant thing. Like everything would be weird and unnatural sounding because you'd have to be describing while pointing.
Hilarious though.
For like a page.
If that was the purpose, is humor. It would be really interesting. What if you had like this really dark concept and you and I both wrote it and I only wrote description and you only wrote the same thing in dialogue, and it would literally be like, hey, this is a really humorous book about the end of the world. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is such a tragic story about the end of the world at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would definitely hate it forever if I did it forever, but I do think it would actually be very funny to write a book where it's solely.
It's almost like
just
a blind person versus a deaf person. It would have to be the characters if you're doing that, because like one person can only see, and the other person can only hear what you're saying. So like,
yeah,
I guess it could work, but it'd be tough and unnecessary.
All right. I could also just do it like there's a narrator talking and then the characters talk to
That's
them.
not dialogue.
No, I feel like that's cheating.
No?
I feel like that's, because the narrator...
Have you seen what movie was it? I was going to say Bruce Almighty, but I don't think that was it, where he had like a narrator talking over what he was doing. But like...
Oh, the Will Ferrell one.
Yes.
Stranger Than Fiction?
Yes, that one. And so I was like...
That was good, fiction, but still
do something like that where it's a narrator, so it's a dialogue.
Okay, you're cheating now. So now if you're doing that, then in the description, I can be like, when they said such and such, because a narrator is to a dialogue only what, actually defining the dialogue is the description. No, I call no. It's dialogue forever.
Foul play.
He said, she said, he said, she said, he said, she said, he said, she said.
Okay, I have to do this one because it's pickle related, as Dan said.
Okay, we're skipping
Would
back.
you rather only eat pickles for a year or never eat your favorite food again? So no soups.
No soups? That's not fair. There's so many kinds of soup.
No soups. Either eat pickles for a full year, that's all you eat, or
just pickles?
No soups ever again.
Just pickles.
You can have different type of pickles.
And that's so gross. I would rather give up soup.
No soup.
What about gumbo? Do gumbos count? Are we counting stews? Like
anything of soup consistency or form.
Because I feel like if I was saying like my favorite food, it might be a certain kind of something. Like I wouldn't say like let's say I loved grilled cheese sandwiches. I wouldn't say like I can never have a sandwich again.
I'd classify all sandwiches.
Bullshit.
I would rather give up all soups. So Tiffany knows that soups are my favorite. Everywhere we go, I'm like, we have soup. I would rather give up all soups because it's still for 1 year. Give up all soups for 1 year, as opposed to eat
all
pickles
time.
For 1 year.
Never be able to have soups.
Okay, that's not fair. How come one is for 1 year and one is forever?
That's the would you rather.
It's because she wants to take the pickles.
You have a consequence of pickles for a year, or never soups again.
Nope. I'm gonna learn to love casseroles and sandwiches and fresh vegetables and custard. I don't know why custard.
I'm gonna learn how to love casseroles.
I am.
I want that on a shirt. I'm gonna make it. Learn to love casseroles. All right. I think we have time for one or two more, Dan.
Sure.
Okay.
I think we're not as bad on time as you think we are.
Perfect. I just keep looking at the time and it keeps on ticking by.
Yeah, but we didn't start exactly when you think we started, so it's fine.
Would you rather watch your most embarrassing childhood video go viral or your most awkward adult date?
Oh, 100% the embarrassing childhood video. Because let's be honest, embarrassing childhood videos are cute.
They
And
are cute.
I could tell you, I don't care. It was cute. I was in a ballet class. I walked halfway across the stage. We had these little, like woven, like we were supposed to be China dolls. And so we had like these caps on and these teeny little things. And I stopped in the middle of the stage and made the whole line stop. And I was so nervous I peed. Boom, the whole world knows. And everybody would see that video and they'd be like, "Oh, that poor little girl." My most awkward date, they're gonna be judging me on a whole other level.
I don't know if I have any childhood videos. I don't think like my parents weren't video people. Like I don't think they exist. So I would just kind of want to see any video. I guess that someone might have. Yeah.
Was it actual video or was it just your childhood moment? Because I don't know if video.
Moment's fine.
We could say it's a moment as if it was
different.
captured on video. Yeah.
Because we are, or at least I am, not of the same generation as you, as we discussed. So you probably have far more video out there of you than I do.
I don't have any childhood videos. I have a lot of photos.
Yeah, that's just
well, yeah, I got plenty of photos.
Yeah, I do have my own homemade videos from when I was a kid.
That's the thing that we're not gonna have, but you'll have.
Yeah, that I made because I liked making these like me and my friend Sydney. We would do these skits we would put on together and make all the neighborhood children join in on. And we would record them like they were movies.
So like our generation did that kind of play acting, but we just didn't record it.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have phones and cameras and all that stuff. So
I would say for me, I have been told this, and I think it's funny.
There was a day before cell phones.
Is I used to be a streaker when I was a child.
Oh, but again, somebody would see that and they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cute! Look at that little, look at that little baby butt."
Behavior.
Yeah.
My
mom would say when she had the daycare, the moment that door opened, she said I had a sixth sense for when I knew someone was arriving, because I'd be fully dressed for the day. And by the time the door opened, my diaper, my clothes, all gone, completely off, and I'm running down the stairs and out the door. And I'd be like, "I'm free!" Taking off
cute. Nothing about this isn't adorable.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if I have embarrassing moments that weren't solely just embarrassing to me, but not like that wouldn't be entertaining to anyone else. They'd just be like internally I felt embarrassed, but there was really nothing going on that anyone would be like, "Oh, that's a thing."
Actually embarrassing, yeah.
Yeah, like I think one time, like the things that come to my head are like, I was playing baseball and I tried stealing second base, but it wasn't open. Someone was already there, and I felt really embarrassed. But like someone's watching it, they're like, "Okay."
Yeah. We're just like not thinking anything of it.
Yeah.
I think we have to ask this question to like very insecure like 15-year-olds, because I feel like at 50 this year, I'm like, I don't care what anybody thinks of me. Again, the awkward adult date, yeah, no, nobody needs to care about that.
So there was this time back when I was taking leadership in high school, and we were introducing ourselves to the class, and so we did this little board about like our dream place to travel, dream job, personality type, and most embarrassing story. And I sat there for a very long time, and I was like, I can't think of something that I'm actually embarrassed of, like where I'd be like ashamed to tell someone the story. Yeah. And so I decided to come up with this story just on the spot.
That did not surprise me.
And so I went up to the podium and I started, just going through the board, and I landed on the embarrassing moment. And I was like, so my embarrassing moment is I went to New York City for New Year's. That's
how
true.
Embarrassing.
That's very true.
Terribly embarrassing.
But In New York, we met a bunch of different people from all over, and I met this guy from Sweden. And me and him really hit it off. And because I had a little bit left of my break, he asked if I'd go back to Sweden with him as like a fun adventure. And my mom said yes. So I hop on a plane and I go to Sweden. And when I get there, though, his girlfriend was already at the house. And so I'm sitting there meeting his mom and his dad and his girlfriend as I am this foreign woman, this foreign person.
Okay, you made this story up in high school? Who do you think freaking believed like this 16-year-old girl was given permission by her mom?
I wasn't 16.
Hop on a plane.
I wasn't 16. I was like 18 at the time.
Okay, but you said it was in high school.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I was 18 while I was in high school. Because my birthday's in January.
I can't believe that you had classmates. Did your teacher actually believe this?
Everyone genuinely, like, people were like wide-eyed listening to the story.
Yeah, they were like, I'm calling CPS on her
mom.
No,
they straight up believed it. Like, they did. People were like, oh my God. Because then, like, my teacher asked her, like, why would you go to Sweden with a random stranger? And I go, well, I didn't. And she goes, what? And I was like, I just bullshitted. I'm not really embarrassed.
I'd be more embarrassed getting caught bullshitting that than the actual story itself.
I wasn't embarrassed. I just didn't know what to say, so I literally walked up on the stand and came up with that as I was talking. And that's what came out. And I remember it to this day because it was such a stupid story. And I don't even think it was embarrassing. I was just trying to come up with something that was long because I needed to fill up 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
And so I was just telling this story about how I went to Sweden and got embarrassed because his girlfriend was there and I was meeting his mom and dad, and we were all awkwardly there together. And then for 3 days, I was at this guy's house and his girlfriend also was there, and then I went home. So that was the story I pitched, right? People believed it. And when I said that it wasn't true, everyone burst out laughing. So
that's when you're supposed to be embarrassed.
No. I was laughing too. Because it was so stupid. But like people were like shocked. Like,
was there a gas leak at your school like all the time?
Faces, and I was like, how do they believe this? What? Sorry.
I asked if there was a gas leak at your school all the time.
Maybe. I don't know. It's old. It had like a California style to it. So despite that we live in a state where it's freezing the majority of the time, it was mostly windows. So it was always frigid in that school because it was not designed for Wisconsin weather.
Weird.
Yeah. All right, Jeri.
Yes.
One last push.
One last push.
We're switching out the sound for that.
It's easier. It's easier that way. I can just not put the sound in.
Yeah.
Austin Powers can take a break for a day.
Yeah. The red carpet is yours. Lay out whatever you want to say and tell our listeners. Share it.
Oh, first of all, thanks for having me here. I love working with Rose. That's what I call you. Now you're hearing my dogs. We love working together, and so I'm so glad that I've been able to be here with you, and Dan, to get to meet you across the screen as well. But this is my insane month of releases. So the big one is that the audiobook of At Fault is available beginning this Friday, September 19th, and in perpetuity, as far as I know. So it is, if you go to soundbooththeater.com, that is where you will be able to get the first book in that Broken Fault Line series. It's a full cinematic audio cast, music, sound effects, the works. But I've also got a book that Tiffany and I are in together, Twisted Yuletide, that is active on backer kit right now as well. And I have a sci-fi anthology that is curated by Craig Martell, the Oh Captain, My Captain of the indie writing world. And it is only available electronically for 3 months. And so get it between now and December 15th. Again, it's called The Expanding Universe. It is volume 11, bright orange cover. So those are the biggies. I could tell you even more because it's that kind of a month, but we'll stick with those. So soundbooththeater.com, that's going to give you At Fault. Twisted Yuletide, look for that on Backer Kit. And The Expanding Universe, Volume 11, only available electronically for 3 months, and you can get that on Amazon.
Awesome. You heard it,
Great.
listeners. Go check all that awesome stuff out.
Yes.
Yes, but one more thing before we go, because we don't want to forget, you have to leave something in the guest bathroom.
Yes.
Right now, so far, there's just monogrammed towels in there.
Okay. I have
You
to
got to pick
leave
anything in the world. Just you don't have to actually give it to us, but yeah, just anything you want to leave in there for the rest of time.
So we're creating our guest bathroom.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It could be something that doesn't belong in a bathroom too. It could be anything you want.
It could. I'm gonna give you like a legit thing from my bathroom that's kind of, I think, unique to me. I mix all of my own perfumes, so I'm going to leave some hand mixed perfume. It is scented with all of the lovely baking scents plus lilac, and I will leave an automatically refilling bottle of this homemade perfume.
Perfect. Got to tie in the sci-fi.
Right? And we gotta overcome the smell of that potpourri that Tiffany's putting in there to make it smell like the public toilet.
Her air fresheners, which is the opposite of what they're doing.
Her air stinkeners.
That's what they're called right there, air stinkeners.
No, but thank you guys so much. I'm so glad that I was able to join you.
Thanks for joining us.
Great having you.
Loved having you. Yeah. Well, thank you all listeners for tuning in from our bathrooms to yours. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
We should just have like air fresheners that smell like public restrooms, and that as like part of our merch.
No, that's
no,
really. People can have those in their cars when they're listening. It's great, fantastic.
I'm not making those.